Palace had this side to him.
Dare I say, I think Jock's a little impressed.
I think maybe impressed in the sense that it'll be all the more sweeter when Jock puts him out to pasture. Jock wants Palace's spot, so to speak. The only way in his mind is to eliminate him. Palace feels he's got to eliminate Jock to focus back on his career and potentially the IWC title again.
And there's the bell. Each man has their left hand tied by that bull rope.
And again, to win, you have to touch all four corners in succession, uninterrupted momentum. But we could be here a while because these guys are just going to beat the hell out of each other until one of them can't go anymore.
And a knee to the breadbasket stops the punches temporarily.
And there you see no respect from Jock Samson to Andrew Palace at all, in ring or out. Jock has called who he refers to as Andy Palace out on social media for many, many months.
I mean, he didn't have any respect for Andy Palace before the match began. I don't know why you'd think he would have it as it started.
Well, even before Jock came back over the summer, he was calling out Palace, calling Palace unprofessional, and blaming Palace for Jock's IWC career hitting a roadblock. That's not Palace's fault. Look in the mirror, pal.
I mean, I agree with you. The problem is that's not how Jock saw it.
That's right. Jock thinks he's right. And that's when he's at his most dangerous. And Jock caught Palace square between the eyes.
And I feel like you'll be using that phrase a lot tonight.
Jock measures Palace with that elbow. And now the dangers of that rope is, if you're sending to the ropes, it can almost act like a springboard or a whiplash-like effect to send you back the other way.
There's one.
You can only get so far away from your opponent as Jock is now 50% of the way to victory.
That's two. And Palace trying to crawl to the other corner to stop the third tag.
Yeah, Palace grabbing onto that rope to cut off the distance between himself and Jock. And Jock looking to end this thing, but no, Palace ducks. Oh no. Jock was a sitting duck.
As Jock figured out what was happening, it was a bit too late.
The clothesline connected, Palace now. We're taking a look at the mean streak of Andrew Palace. Jock is tied up. Makeshift ripcord.
Ripcord clothesline. Spun him around like he was starting a lawnmower, Joe. There's one. That's two. That's three. And Jock has made his way out of the ring, preventing that fourth turnbuckle from being tagged.
And Palace, the outside. Oh, Jock set in hard.
And now they have a ring post between them, Joe. The rope is flossed between the ring and the ring post.
Oh, it is. And the only way to counter that's to get back in the ring. Palace now frees up that rope. Ooh. You see that sign? Palace has made it very clear. Tonight is about no fun. Usually it's let's have fun. Tonight, it's all business.
Oh, and a thumb to the eye.
Desperation by Jock.
Palace staggers away. And Jock just comes in with the rope, choking him back across the barricade.
Yeah, the Appalachian Outlaw introducing Palace to his people in the front row. Jayworth, do any bull rope matches in history stand out to you? Do you have a particular favorite or a most brutal?
You know, the one, when you mentioned it, the first one that came rushing to my mind was ECW, Dusty Rhodes versus Steve Corino.
There you go.
That one was as violent and bloody as I have ever seen. You want to talk about getting through some stuff? That's the textbook of it.
And Palace through the people. Other famous Bullrope matches have demonstrated the intensity and the violence this matchup can bring. Matches like Dusty Rhodes versus superstar Billy Graham, JBL versus Eddie Guerrero. And we're seeing the same amount of physicality, of ferocity from these two athletes.
Yeah, the thing about the Bullrope matches, it's a rarity you're looking to end it quickly. 9 out of 10, if it's gotten to the point where you need to be tied to your opponent by a bull rope, you're looking to do some beating. You're not just looking to win a match.
But keep in mind, Jay Worth, I mean, there's not going to be a disqualification here, but there's no way to win this matchup that's not in the ring.
Yeah, and right now, neither of them cares about that.
Palace into those heavy metal bleachers. And Jock is feeling in his element.
2 handfuls of hair on Andrew Palace. And Palace just has Jock seated in that bleacher, and it's just raining down right hands on him.
Yeah. Well, Jock has been hot dogging and showboating a little bit. It's given Palace some openings. And I've never seen Palace more focused. I've never seen him more brutal. Jock is trying to get away. That's one of the reasons these men are confined to each other by the wrist. And Palace pursuing. They are behind these fans at this point, and they are still fighting. Oh, Jock counters. Oh, Palace got suplexed. On this unprotected gymnasium-style floor, you can hear the thud all the way up here on the other side of the building.
And that might be the only actual wrestling move we see in this match.
That's a brazen statement. Nobody's going to tell him differently now, though, as Jock peppers Palace with right hands.
And Jock with a handful of bull rope at the moment. I think it's tough to say. I think he was attempting to choke Palace with it.
Yeah, looked like he was doing so successfully, and if Jock tells you to move, I move.
That was a punch right to the ribs.
And Jock now face first into the bleachers.
We've discussed it before. The problem with ribs is there's no musculature to protect them. You throw a shot there, it's unprotected. I don't care who you are.
And Palace has the bull rope in the mouth and now around the throat of Jock Samson.
Yeah, Jock pulled it out of his mouth and it slid it right around his throat.
Yeah, Jock went to try to perform a defensive counter, but only made it worse, arguably. And Palace is whipping Jock like an animal.
Like a rented mule?
With that heavy, thick rope. And you know, that'll leave welts, that'll leave marks all up and down your body.
If you're lucky, it's just bruises.
And it's Palace now, looking for whatever he can find under this ring that's within reach. Again, he's attached to Jock.
Ooh. He has 2 garbage can lids and a chair in the ring at this point.
Now wait a minute. Palace using the human body as a weapon.
He just threw a member of our security staff into Jock Samson.
Now another one. Palace is improvising with what's in reach.
Well, he knows that with Jock down, he's not going to get all four corners.
But certainly preparing for the opportunity to, I'd surmise.
It's an awful lot of chairs, Joe.
But for Palace, it still may not be enough.
And a kendo stick.
As if the rope didn't sting enough, Palace wearing out the hide of Jock Samson. A second time. And Palace is having the time of his life. He's waited for this moment for months on end. And you got to wonder, again, anything goes, what sick idea, what perverse contraption could Andrew Palace have in mind?
Well, looks like he's setting up, he's setting up chairs 2 by 2 here. And Palace, one at the end.
Yeah, Palace with 5 chairs in total, all facing one another, but we're not going to debate about it. It's Palace with the steel cowbell. And Jock blocked it and went downstairs.
And now Jock with the cowbell.
Oh God, right to the skull. Palace got drilled right between the eyes. Palace had no way to protect himself. His arms were at his sides, and Jock has now touched the first turnbuckle.
There's 2.
And Palace is in the center of the ring. Jock is probably within reach of all 4.
Right now, the only thing blocking him is those chairs. Oh,
Jock is inches away. Jock is inches. Palace is wrapping himself around the rope to keep himself in position. Jock can't get it, can't get it, can't get it. His momentum has been impeded. That'll wave off the previous 3.
And Jock has taken the belt from off of his jeans.
And laying into the hide of Palace with the leather. This has been about torture. This has been about domination. It has been inhumane between both these athletes.
And swat after swat.
Jock is lighting up Palace.
Oh, and now he has the kendo stick.
Oh, man. And the kendo stick that Palace himself inserted into the proceedings. And Jock once again has touched 2 corners.
There's 3. And Andrew Palace out of the ring, stopping that 4th tag.
Jock almost a diving leap to the 4th and can't get there in time. A salute by Palace to let Jock know this isn't over. And look at Palace, almost like a tug of war. He's bridging the gap. He's pulling the rope closer to himself, but not letting Jock into the corner. Uranagi.
And now both men just taking a moment to try and collect their wits, try and clear those cobwebs. There's no count out. They could lay there forever till one of them gets up.
Yeah, but it's gut check time here. Both these men with welts and bruises throughout their body, but it's Palace now attempting for victory.
That's 2. That's 3.
And now Palace finds himself one step away.
And Jock getting out of the ring.
Jock and Palace pulling with all their might. Jock's got a death grip on that bottom rope. And Palace knows he's got to take it to Jock Samson again.
More than willing to put the boots to Jock Samson there.
And again, keep in mind, Palace's momentum was interrupted. His corner tally back to 0 as Palace using that cowbell right upside the skull of Jock Samson. And Jock needs a breather, but I'm not so sure that's going to come to fruition.
Palace.
Oh. Well, Jock tried to block it, but there's no blocking steel to the skull. And Jock is prone on all 5 chairs as Palace is climbing the ropes. You gotta be kidding me.
Jock coming to his senses.
Oh. And I believe just flung that trash can lid right in the ankle.
I was going to go shin.
Well, regardless, he took out the leg. And Palace is now a sitting duck as Jock mounts the turnbuckles. You got to be kidding me. Well, this will be the end of one of these athletes, maybe both of them. A superplex through the chairs.
And Palace trying to fight out.
Palace fighting for everything he's got.
And now headbutts. Just half a dozen headbutts right in a row.
Jock is dazed, but not losing his vertical base.
There's the cowbell.
Steel to the skull. Jock is reeling. One more time. Oh, Jock through the chairs.
And Palace has Jock lifeless in the ring. Now's his chance. Tag that first turnbuckle kick. Get moving.
Jock is prone. Will Palace have enough rope to reach all 4 corners? Palace is halfway there. Does Palace have enough in himself to reach all 4 corners?
He is spaghetti-legged getting to each turnbuckle. Jock is trying for the cutoff.
Yeah. Will he get there in time? Palace got 4.